Very good evening. Top story: as the immediate terror threat decreases, so do the passenger queues. The easing of restrictions means more travellers are being processed through Britain's airports. The Deputy Prime Minister, John Prescott, has accused the Conservative leader, David Cameron, of undermining political unity against the alleged terror threats. Mr Cameron had said earlier the government was not doing enough to combat Islamist extremism. These are the main developments today. Pakistan say they may extradite a British national arrested over the alleged London terror plot. Rashid Rauf, who was arrested last week, was described by Pakistani authorities as a key person in the alleged plan. Hand luggage restrictions have been eased at all UK airports today, but passengers are facing a 6-day of delays and cancellations. BA has cancelled 35 flights from Heathrow tomorrow. And British Airways and other airlines may seek compensation from the Heathrow operator. BA boss Willie Walsh said there was no adequate plan to deal with the emergency. Sky's Ursula Errington reports.
Terminal 4, still busy but better. By halving the number of passengers being individually searched, it's now easier to get people onto their flights on time.
Thank you for your patience today while we work to ensure your departure as soon as possible.
It's a far cry from the disorder of the last couple of days. When the alleged terror plot was foiled, airports had to move fast to step up their security. Chaos ensued. Passengers blamed the airlines they'd bought tickets from. The airlines were quick to blame BAA, the company which runs Britain's biggest airports. British Airways boss Willie Walsh, writing in the Daily Mirror, said BAA had no plan ready to keep the airport functioning properly. The queues for security have wound all round the terminals like a bad dream at Disneyland. But BAA argues that it has been putting national security first in difficult conditions. Already operating with narrow margins because of high fuel costs, the aftermath of the last few days looks expensive for carriers. Since Thursday's crisis, the estimated cost to airlines is £250 million. British Airways has said it'll look at options for compensation from BAA. That's thought to be around £50 million so far. Sky News has learned that Virgin is also considering asking for compensation in the £15 million range. And airline analysts expect low-cost airlines like EasyJet and Ryanair to be out of pocket by £10 million each. It could be said that major disruption at Heathrow in particular was inevitable. Just 2 days before the police raids, BAA conceded the airport was already stretched.
Heathrow, as an example, that represents a 1.2% rise in an airport that this year is probably going to be handling 68 million passengers, and that's in an infrastructure, an airport infrastructure, that was designed probably to handle more like 40 to 45 million originally.
As security arrangements stabilise, the row between airlines and airports won't. It's too important. The outcome of any claims over this disruption will set a precedent for who should pick up the bill. Ursula Errington, Sky News.